So episode 2 is called The Shrine is Home, and episode 2 starts off with a couple quick stories of Rick Bond just kind of, in his own words, telling people what the shrine is and what people can expect when they come. And then we cut to an interview of Sean Austin interviewing Mandy, and Mandy, who's been to the shrine many times, just kind of tells us her point of view of the shrine and what she feels like it is, and again, kind of like Rick, what people can expect from it.
And they needed someone to kind of look outside the box. So Rick found me on social media and asked me if I was able to read objects. And I was like, maybe. I've never, read objects, but, I'm a medium. I will, what's going on.
After that, then we really get to know Rick Bond, who is the owner and the curator of the shrine. So I put a microphone on Rick and I just said, Rick, let's just walk around this property and let's just talk about the different areas. Let's talk about why you have the shrine. Let's talk about your thoughts and your beliefs. And Rick was very open and honest with me and the camera, and I was very appreciative of that. And so we walked from the front of the shrine to the Earth Gate section, then we walked inside to the Witch's Coven, then to the Dragon Table, and then to the cave area. And Rick told me all the ins and outs of why he has built things the way he has, and the beliefs that he has. And he says he's an Omug, if I'm saying that correct, which is a yin and a yang master, and just talks about him being a Shintoist. Still to this day, I don't really understand everything that entails, even though I put this 6-part series together. And Rick tried to explain it to me the best he could, but Rick's obviously not Japanese, but he's practiced a lot of Japanese cultures and believes in a lot of the Japanese philosophies and whatnot. So hence the shrine, the Ura Shrine. So Rick did a great job kind of taking me around and taking the viewer around to get them familiar with this place before we actually did some investigation. So fast forward in that episode, and Sean Austin shows up, and he does an initial walkthrough of the shrine to get his thoughts on what he's feeling and what's coming to him. And that was an interesting take because he did pick up on some things. Obviously with the shrine, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of spirits, good and bad, and there's just been a lot of rituals done there, and a lot of things have happened. So for someone who's sensitive like Sean to kind of walk around, you knew that some stuff was going to affect him. So he kind of walked around, gave his initial thoughts on everything, did a quick interview, and then Rick starts telling a story of his uncles, which is very prominent throughout the whole series. So Rick is talking about his one uncle, specifically Uncle Alan, who, again, when you watch the whole series, you'll see how prevalent Uncle Alan is throughout all the episodes. But Rick tells us, even though we touched on it a little bit in episode 1, Rick gets some more detail of exactly what potentially happened with Uncle Alan and a hitchhiker he picked up. I don't want to give away too much if you've not seen it, but you should watch it. It's very interesting. Uncle Alan, in my opinion, Uncle Alan's spirit definitely still dwells around that place. After, Rick kind of tells us that story, then Sean and I do an initial paranormal investigation, really just in the Dragon Table area. Sean did some EVPs first, and he was getting some really crazy responses back. Then we did some spirit box sessions and got some other great responses back that are definitely relate to the shrine, to Uncle Alan, to the spirits there. And then we kind of wrapped it up in episode 2, and we're talking about how crazy the place is, how unique this place is, and then we were getting ready for Shane and Josh to show up the next day, which they did, and that'll lead us in to the next episode.